Hello, everybody. Sorry, I look a little bit discombobulated. I don't know why. But anyway, as promised, I am going to try and start a new schedule of videos. And as I said in my previous video, Mondays are going to be Music Mondays. And if you can tell from the title of this video, we're starting off with a bang. For those of you who don't know who DaddyOFive was, or is, because he's not dead. I say was because he's not really active on YouTube anymore. DaddyOFive was this family YouTube channel, and I say family in a loose sense of the term because there was a lot of cussing and a lot of really uncomfortable things happening on that channel. They were active from mid-2016 up until early 2017 when their channel was, effectively terminated by YouTube due to the violation of their terms and services. It was basically found out that the pranks and the treatment of a few of the children in the videos were constituted as abuse. And I am by no means a DaddyOFive fan. I'm very much against what the videos were and and all that. A lot of people said that, DaddyOFive was a monster and everything, and yes, he did a lot of things wrong. I'm not justifying him in any way. However, if you watched some of his videos, you could see that there were glimpses of him showing care and love towards the children. It was very rare, but you could see it. I really didn't see that too much from the mother. I think the mother was kind of a bigger monster than Mike Martin. But Mike Martin is still, it's like comparing a diarrhea to a solid turd. So, you're not really getting anywhere with that. So that channel was terminated. Well, from late 2017 to mid-2018, the family came back, minus two of the children, because they got sent back to live home with their birth mother, where those two lived happily ever after, which at least we got somewhere with that. So the father, the mother, and the other three remaining children made a YouTube channel called FamilyOFive. Well, YouTube was like, well, you can't really do that because we still don't allow that type of content to be on there. They took that channel down. The kids in particular were really torn up about that channel taken down because they're like, well, YouTube is an escape or whatever. So I'm like, well, you guys should just make a channel on your own and not do any of the weird stuff that you guys were doing in the first place. And from what I saw, apparently they have done that. They've had a channel since late last year called The Martin Boys, and it's basically just the three children doing that channel, which is fine. They have no involvement from their parents. But I was reading up on it on Wikipedia, and I found out that Mike Martin was still on the internet in an alternative form of releasing content to his fan base. I really don't understand how DaddyOFive had a fan base. Even to this day, he still has a dedicated fan base, and I don't really quite understand that. He made a SoundCloud account called Mikey M. That account is no longer on SoundCloud. I tried finding it because I wanted to do a video talking about it because I'm like, that could be really interesting to discuss. And I couldn't find it, so I'm like, oh, well, I guess I can't do it. So then I was like, well, wait a minute. YouTube can help. Sure enough, it did. Now, I don't know if all of his songs are on YouTube, but the handful that I found, basically, they all kind of bleed together and convey the same message over and over. So if there are more songs that I don't know about, I don't need to hear them because I pretty much have the general basic message pulled from them. I listened to about 4 songs, all of them complete garbage, which is funny because one of the songs is called Garbage, so call it like I see it. And they're pretty bad on multiple levels. First of all, DaddyOFive as a SoundCloud rapper would be a joke that somebody would make. Like, oh, could you imagine that if somebody like DaddyOFive became a SoundCloud rapper? Truth be told, I kind of suspected that he'd been doing this for a long time, because I remember in one of the videos, I couldn't find a re-upload of it, because I was going to find a re-upload of it and record the part and put it in the video as proof, but I couldn't. They were in a camper because they were on vacation somewhere, and he was outside doing something, and one of the kids was like, hey, I'm going to play one of your CDs. He goes, you better not. And then he goes, oh, it was just this CD. He wasn't going to play DaddyOFive's rap album. And I'm like, he's got a rap album? What? So apparently he's been making music like this for a long time. Not that I would care to listen to the rest of it. The 4 songs that I listened to were called Garbage, Heartless, Let Me Fly, which is the one that features his kid, and They Don't See Me, or They Don't Know, or it starts with They Don't. Obviously it wasn't memorable enough for me to remember it. And they all have problems. All 4 of them share very poor production values. The beats to them, and I'll give a positive. The beats to them are fine. And as much as I don't want to give him credit, let's be fair and say that his flow isn't the worst I've ever heard. It's still not airtight. You can tell that he is trying to imitate people like Logic, who I'm also not a big fan of, but that's neither here nor there. And Eminem, he's a big Eminem fan. I remember there was this video that he did, because when the re-uploads came out, I watched as many as I could before those got taken down. And he was doing a game room tour. It's like, this is DaddyOFive's game room. And he panned through the music that he has, and the 2 that stuck out to me were Nickelback and Eminem. It's very obvious that he's trying to emulate those 2 rappers, Logic and Eminem. Nickelback because, I don't know, I guess he's a Nickelback fan. The lyrics are all the same. They all deal with about how he wants to be left alone, which I think is the biggest contradiction that this person could ever make. He claims he wants to be left alone, yet he can't stay out of the social media spotlight long enough for people to forget about him. He can't stop posting stuff to the internet relating to the scandal that happened. He wants to be left alone, but he's not making the effort to want to be left alone. It's very stupid. I don't understand it whatsoever. The lyrics are also condemning the people that ruined his life, aka human beings with a heart. I don't really understand what his mindset with this is. Now, he claims that he has depression and he has mental breakdowns here and there. Okay. I have depression too. I actually have really bad depression. I'm not making music about it. And I also haven't done stupid things and put it on the internet. Again, neither here nor there. DaddyOFive, being a SoundCloud rapper, is a joke in which he created something that he thought would be a punchline. There is the one, it's called it starts with They Don't, but if you look up DaddyOFive SoundCloud on YouTube, it's the one that's got like a white background image of him. It's just pure white. It is probably the worst out of them all because, well, I don't know, that and the one called Let Me Fly with his kid, those two are really awful. The first one, it's all auto-tuned, and it's if you listen to the soundtrack to Pop Star Never Stop Never Stopping, the very last track on that is called Maximus, which if you haven't seen that movie, spoiler alert, well, minor spoiler alert, Andy Samberg has a pet turtle in the movie, and it ends up dying, I think, like an hour in. Well, he wrote a tribute song to it called Maximus, and that whole thing is just garbled auto-tune, but the whole point of it is that the auto-tune is supposed to seem out of place and clunky, and that's why it's funny. That song that DaddyOFive made reminded me of Maximus, but as somebody who genuinely believed that that auto-tune sounded good, and was like, yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. I'm going to play it back again, but I'm pretty sure I got it right on the first take. Go ahead and upload it. And then the other one with his kid is really bad. There are two verses on there, one from him and one from his kid. The one from him is awful because it's the same repetitious lyrics, and it's also him doing vocal effects to make his voice sound more demonic, which is odd and creepy and oddly appropriate. Sorry about that weird edit. I actually got a call about something, and we'll talk about it tomorrow morning when I'm out New Movie Tuesday shopping. Anyway, so I was talking about the song with Mike Martin and his kid. The second verse, as I said, the first verse, it makes it sound very demonic, which is appropriate, and the second verse is his kid. His kid is also not very good. I know I should go easy on him because he's a kid, but really the kid was also kind of being a little abusive towards Cody and Emma in those videos, so fair game. This kid also has a SoundCloud account. I listened to one song of his called Fading Heart. I have no idea what any of that is about. I really don't. I sat there listening and I'm like, what? What are you saying? What are you trying to say? Huh? It's garbage. You can do SoundCloud rap well. There are plenty of examples of that. You can make it funny. You can make a parody of it. You can also be really terrible at it. I've seen examples of all of the examples that I mentioned. But DaddyOFive is terrible. He shouldn't make any more music. He needs to take a year away from the internet, and if he feels an utter desire to come back to the internet, he needs to at least give it a year or so. I don't have too much more to say. He's terrible. There's only so many ways I can say that that an artist is terrible. I don't know if any other of the Martin family is on SoundCloud. If they are, I really hope they aren't. I don't know. That whole family is very questionable, if you ask me. But then again, that's just my humble opinion. You can take it or leave it. You don't have to agree with it. But yeah. As far as the DaddyOFive fan base goes, why? Why is there a fan base for him? Still, after there is enough evidence and facts to prove that, yes, he treated these kids terribly. He was not a good parent to them. Even in the one video, he was like, he asks his kids, "Are you abused? Are you guys in any danger?" He goes, "No, because we know it's a prank and you buy us stuff." Like, that's not the right answer. That's totally incorrect. So yeah, I really don't have too much more to say on DaddyOFive and his SoundCloud. The reason why so many videos on YouTube are so short when they're talking about his SoundCloud is because there's not much to talk about. He is, he's just really bad. There's only, as I just said a couple minutes ago, there's only so many ways you can say that something is bad. The music, aside from being awful, is just totally forgettable. I mean, I listened to these songs a half hour ago, and already I've forgotten a lot of what was said in them. So, I don't know. Even a terrible movie that I saw like 2 months ago, I can still tell you a lot of things that are wrong with it. So that's something. So yes, that's really all I have to say. Hope you guys have enjoyed your Monday. You have a nice night, and I will see you all tomorrow with a new Movie Tuesday shopping video. I'm gonna get up bright and early in the morning to do it, and then gonna come home, edit it, and have it ready for you guys definitely before noon. So that's it. Thanks for watching. Leave a like if you so happen to like this video. The only way that the video isn't going to be liked is DaddyOFive fans going, "Well, you're wrong," which I'm not wrong. It's an opinion, first of all. You can't say that I'm wrong, and I don't know. I'm rambling at this point. I'm a little tired, so sorry. If you like this video, leave me a like. If you're not already subbed, please sub. It helps the channel grow. So yes, again, bye. Have a good night.